Here's your update from the different Occupy movements throughout the country. Another 1,000 people gathered in Oakland at the same place that Scott Olson unfortunately got his skull cracked, literally. That's our vet who was at the protests and basically got shot with a tear gas canister, and he has a fractured skull. Apparently, he is now conscious and can understand people, but he cannot yet speak. He's been seriously hurt, and 1,000 people gathered to protest that in Oakland. In Occupy San Diego, law enforcement officers in riot gear showed up at 2 in the morning on Friday to clear out protesters from Civic Center Plaza. Why? I don't know. They're protesters. Can't have it. Apparently, the power structure in all of these cities loves Wall Street and does not want them protested. Am I being overly simplistic? I don't think so, because, I mean, they're American citizens doing the most American thing you can do, asking for a redress of their grievances from their government, using their freedom of speech. But hey, you know what? Turns out corporations have all this money that they can spend on speech, and they have speech rights. But if you're actually going to speak and you don't have money, well, then you ironically apparently don't have freedom of speech. So we continue. In Nashville, 29 protesters were arrested because the city has decided that overnight occupation is not allowed anymore. Why not? It makes the people in power uncomfortable. So you're gone. At 10 p.m., curfew is now being enforced at the War Memorial Courtyard in Legislative Plaza. The people, it's a memorial courtyard. Those soldiers that they are celebrating in that courtyard fought for our freedom. But apparently not. They didn't fight for our freedom to be able to protest our government. Apparently they fought for the freedom of corporations to buy our government. It is a great dishonor to their memory to do what Nashville is doing. 8 protesters were arrested in North Carolina by police because they were in the sidewalk. Well, how dare they? That was previously public ground, but now apparently anywhere the banks don't want you to be is no longer public ground and a grounds for arrest. In New York, they are allowing, in their infinite mercy, the protesters to remain in Zuccotti Park, mainly because they were intimidated when they were going to clear them out a couple of weeks ago. Their plan fell through. So now they're trying to clear them out in different subtle ways without confrontation with the police. So one of the things that they did is they went and seized their generators and their biodiesel fuel, because winter is coming and it's cold in New York now. In fact, over the weekend, they might have their first snowfall. So how do you get those guys out? Well, you take anything that might create heat for them. Now, what was their excuse? They sent in the fire department saying, oh, that's obviously a hazard. Really? How is it a hazard? Is it against code? Not necessarily, no. Has any fire started in the 47 days they've been occupying Zuccotti Park? Nope. Do they have fire extinguishers nearby in case something breaks out? Yes, they do. Plenty in supply. So they've got plans. They're not breaking any rules. It doesn't matter. We're going to seize them anyway because it's a fire hazard. My ass, it's a fire hazard. The only fire is the fire they lit under Wall Street's ass. And that's why they want them out of there. And of course, Wall Street controls the mayor of New York, who has made his billions by selling Bloomberg terminals to Wall Street. And of course, the NYPD police chief, Raymond Kelly, gets free food, free drinks, free publicists, etc., from JP Morgan, etc. And so they are, of course, against the protesters as well. In fact, New York Police Department Sergeant Benevolent Association has threatened to sue protesters if they get violent with the cops. Now, this is a great ironic statement. Let me read you the quote. In light of the growing violence attendant to the Occupy movements across the country, particularly as evidenced by the recent events in Oakland, I am compelled to place these so-called occupiers on notice that physical assaults on police officers will not be tolerated. Now, this is a joke because the protesters have never gone, especially in New York, and touched the cops. When the cops come and charge at them or come to arrest them or come to move them, then they say, oh, you're touching the cops. But wait a minute, we didn't start this. And look at what happened in Oakland. The cops come charging in to clear people out, and then they go, what are you doing? Oh, I can't believe you threw a spatula at me. They threw kitchen utensils at us, these violent movements. No, but you're the one that started the violence. They were there protesting their government. They weren't doing anything wrong when you sent in Oakland 500 cops to go bust them up with tear gas canisters, rubber bullets, and beanbags. And now they're going around saying, oh, if after we charge at you and we fire all of our weapons at you, if you dare resist, we'll sue you. They're supposed to be what? New York's finest, right? Finest?